Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is really good. So thank you for being here. So I'm Mahafuj Hassan. I'm gonna present my presentation is AI-driven is ESG scoring for sustainable investment decisions. Well, so as just imagine, investors are putting $1 trillion into companies that align with environmental, social, governance, and ESG principles. But there is a fundamental problem at the heart of this movement. The data is a mess. We are making multi-trillion dollars decisions based on scores that are open and unreliable. Today, I'm going to present a new framework that addresses this challenge directly. We will explore how we can artificial intelligence to build ESG scores that we are not just an accurate, but we are also transparent and bringing a new level of trust and sustainable finance. Okay, let's go for our challenge of tradition ESG. So, what exactly is broken? Let's look at the three core challenges investors face and traditional ESG rating. First, inconsistent. If you ask two different ratings agencies to score the same company, you will often to get widely different answers. A major study from MIT found the correlation between agency ratings is less than 0.05 that creates that they call aggregate confusions. As an investor, who do you trust? Second, the process of equi and subjective. Sorry for that. Those scores come from the black box and algorithms. We don't know the what features are being used or how they are being weighted. This makes the score impossible to verify, reproduce, or even the fairly compare. Finally, there is a massive data quality issues. The data that fits those models are full of missing values, reliefs on the inconsistent reporting standards. Let's go for another slide. Our solution and AI-driven framework. So as you can see, the brings our solutions. The goal of the study was designed to test an AI-driven framework that directly attacks all three these problems. We aim to create a new generation of ESG scores that we are first of the foremost transparent, allowing us to see exactly which factors drive to the score based on verifiable data. And secondly, we design them to the reproducible, meaning our models aren't and the secret of the can be independently and retained and validated. Finally, our circularly those scores are accurate as we use machine learning to identify complex nonlinear patterns in the data at the simple manual wager system would completely miss. Okay, here is our data set and the methodology. So let's look how we built this. We started by the creating control environment. We used a synthetic data set to represent 1,000 companies across 9 industries with 11,000 observations over 10 years prior. This allowed to build our models without noise, real-world data at first, and we had 42 total features, including 29 engineered features. New metrics we created from original data capture more performance. Our goal was binary classifications. Is this company high ESG or the low ESG? To this, we tested out two models. On baseline was the Guzman native bias, a simple fast probabilistic models. This is our control group. So here is the result for the land of forest winds. So what were the results? In short, the random forest model on it wasn't even close. As we can from the table, we random forest our baseline naive Bayes model on the every single metric. But I want to draw your attention to one metric particular, which I believe the most important and an investor recall. So why high recall 91% matter? So recall answer is very specific and critical questions. Of all the actual high ESG companies that exist in the data set, how many did our model successfully find? Our random forest model achieved 91% recall. To put in the simple terms, in if there were 100 genuinely high performance ESG companies, our model correctly identified 91 of them. Now look at the baseline of model. The naive bias model found only 8. It had recall for just 8%. So here is the key driver what predicts a high ESG scores. So this is the most exciting part because of we used unpredictable model. We can answer why. Why did the model work so well? What did we learn? When we looked into for the 42 features the model used to make its decisions, one was the clear winter, the single most dominant predictor of a high ESG score was feature we engineered called ESG efficiency. We defined this as a company total ESG score relative to its the carbon emissions. Think of is a ESG per top unit of carbon. This is the massive finding. It tells us every what matters isn't just on having a high ESG score, but being efficient with our environmental impact. This provides a clear, transparent, and environment focused based on the score, moving us the lighters and on the back box problems. So decision and limitations. So let's discuss what all we meant. What just importantly, what does it mean? Our discussion is clear. The random forest model is robust and highly accurate way that identify high ESG firms. It confirms that engineered features, especially those related of efficiency, are the real drivers. And this provide a clear data-driven and transparent alternative to accurate ratings app we have today. However, we must be clear about the limitations. And this is the proof of concept study. Conclusion and the future work. So let's wrap up with our 3 main conclusions. AI works. We have shown that random forest model can create ESG scores that superior, more transparent, and reproducible. Second, efficiency is a key. We have moved our beyond good or bad. The most powerful measurable predictors of ESG performance are environmental efficiency metrics. And finally, this is the open door of exciting future work. The immediate next step to validate the entire framework on real world and market data. After that, we will integrate those deeper and techniques for the greater transparency and eventually make the model even smarter by exploring multinational data and using the neutral language processing. For the example, the read the sustainable reports and the new articles. So any further questions, please? Okay, we believe this framework is a significantly step forward in the building and sustainable finance of ecosystem that is built on trust, transparency, and accuracy. Thanks for your attention. I would be happy to take any question. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Chair, for listening me. And I'm Mahfouz Hassan. I'm studying PhD, Business of Doctorate. Thanks for being here.